Hello friends, happy Friday. It's Friday. I just have a couple of general announcements to begin. I think I'm going to start filming from Fridays to Wednesdays, so then that will give me Thursday to actually edit the video, because sometimes life gets a little hectic and a little crazy, and having a video out first thing Friday morning after editing it Thursday just doesn't always work for me. So we're just gonna give me Friday as a day off. Let's leave it at that. So then also my other announcement is, I think after I finish Goblet of Fire, I'm gonna put the Harry Potter books on pause. Just because as much as I am enjoying them, I'm starting to feel like I need a taste for something else. And I have a lot on my TBR. That is what I'm going to do. I am going to finish Goblet of Fire because I have already started it. And then I will probably move on. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do for February. I'll have to put out a my February TBR because there are at least 3 books that I have to read for book clubs, so that'll be fun, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, but I wanted to let you guys know that. As for updates, I am about almost 3 hours into Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. They're at the Quidditch World Cup, and the games are about to start. And I only have had one thought so far, for real. And again, it's a comparison to the movie. What I don't understand is the Weasleys actually had their seats at the Quidditch World Cup were actually seats of honor in a way, and they were sitting with the ministers of magic from Bulgaria and Ireland, and then of course Fudge. They were sitting with the person in charge of all of it that planned all of it. They were sitting in seats of honor. And they were also in that box were Lucius and Malfoy and Narcissa. But in the movie, Malfoy sneers and they meet and they're walking up and says, "We're in the minister's box," you know, like some big thing. And the Weasleys are all the way up at the top, like they've got terrible seats, like they've got the worst seats in the house. When in reality, in the book, they have the best seats in the house. So I just guess I'm having trouble figuring out why they would switch that in the books or in the movie. Like, why would you do that? Why are we in the movie reminding the world of the Weasleys' station in life, I guess, how they aren't the richest and can't afford that kind of stuff. But in the book, they're there. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really like it. It makes me a little uncomfortable to think about because that's just a big difference. That's a big change. And so I'm struggling with that just a little bit. Otherwise, I am enjoying myself. Watching them come get Harry for the Quidditch World Cup was quite fun. Hearing them, I guess, because they came through Flu Network and the Dursleys didn't know what to do with themselves. I really actually like all the fun little things the Weasley twins are making. And it's so nice to actually be able to reread all that and all the work they're putting in to make Whizzing Weasley Wizard, I don't remember how to say it, a reality. Because as if you've read the books, then you know that they end up opening a joke shop in Hogsmeade. So either Hogsmeade or it's Hogsmeade. They open a shop in Hogsmeade. So yeah, like you're actually seeing the beginning of that. You're reading the beginning of that, which is nice. So I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely darker. It definitely started out darker. I mean, the very first thing that happened is you watch Voldemort kill somebody and you listen to him talk about having killed somebody else or made somebody else disappear. So it's already starting off pretty dark. So got that going for us. So yeah, this is definitely stepping into the darkness of what will become the Harry Potter saga. So, but yes, that is where I am. I'm in line to pick up Cadence. I'm trying to just get comfortable filming in front of people because it's just, no one's paying attention to me. And if they are, then good for them. I'm gonna head home. I have a meeting tonight. Well, I have alternative worship tonight and I'm leading the message, so that'll be nice. And then, I don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully have dinner at some point. I don't know what we're having. Haven't really thought about it, but we'll see. And so I'm gonna keep listening to this while I wait for Cadence, and then I will catch up with you guys later. Bye.
I'm not one of those who easily can open up and let somebody close. do things my own way. I don't know why, guess I don't like people pleasing. And sometimes they don't see what defines me, but I don't need them honestly, 'cause I got you. Everybody else makes me feel small and done and lost, but you're not like everybody else at all. You're the only one who makes me talk and walk so tall, 'cause you're not like everybody else at all. You're everything everyone else is not. You're not one of those who judge before they know somebody. I just feel at home. Yeah, yeah. You like to take things slow, never stressing anybody. That's just how I roll. Yeah. Some people might say I am afraid, but I just do things my own way. I don't know why, guess I don't like people pleasing. And sometimes they don't see what defines me, but I don't need them honestly, 'cause I got you. Everybody else makes me feel small and done and lost, but you're not like everybody else at all. You're the only one who makes me talk and walk so tall, 'cause you're not like everybody else at all. You're everything.
Hey guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday. I wanted to hop on here and tell you I am sorry I've not been doing a lot of updating. Things have just been a wee bit hectic the last several days, and I just haven't really been reading as much as I would like, and life is just not, nothing crazy. It's crazy, but nothing crazy is going on. You know what I mean? Sunday, we watched the football game and got real excited because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, which we're real excited about. Sunday night into Monday, we got a really kind of gnarly ice storm. So both my kids were home again on Monday doing virtual learning. So that kept me pretty busy and it was pretty hectic. Monday night, I went to dinner with my sister and her kids and my aunt and my dad. And because we haven't seen each other since before Christmas, because they were supposed to come over for Christmas, but they got sick, so they couldn't come. So we met and exchanged Christmas presents and had laughs and a really good meal. It was just so great, and I was so happy that we did that. It was so much fun. We had a really, really great time together. And so now I'm back on track. I have just fixed my lunch. I'm trying to get back on my health journey as well because I have fallen off the wagon. So Justin and I made a full 2-week menu where it's, lots of veggies, good proteins, things of that nature. Tonight, I'm gonna get down on my bike and I'll let you, see what I'm doing while I'm on my bike. And then I'm gonna get back to reading. Tonight, Cadence wants to watch a movie as a family, so we'll see if we have time for that. Other than that, I'm trying to get back to where I need to be. So I'm still reading Goblet of Fire. I'm about 236 pages in, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time with it, but like I said, I think it might be the last one I read for a while because I kind of want to dive into something new, and so I'm getting a little bit burnt out. So I am going to try to finish this up as quickly as I can. I still have several hundred pages to go, but I'm also listening to it, so that's been really helpful too. And I am enjoying it. I am having a good time. But yeah, that's just kind of where life is these days. I bought all the stuff to make butterbeer, so I'm going to try to get that done as well tonight. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm currently sprinting with Lexi and my fellow Foxy friends while I eat lunch and I get to read a little bit. So hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!
Everyone else is like, you're everything everyone else is like.
Hey guys, how are you? you. It is about 10 o'clock here, and I wanted to pop in and give you guys a bit of an update because I have been powering through. I've been reading, and I am now over halfway through Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I am on the chapter where Harry is taking Cedric's advice and is going to go put the egg in the bathtub in the prefect bathroom and try to figure out what that's all about. So I do have thoughts about this book. I am enjoying myself. I am enjoying myself more than I thought I would because I know that this has not always been my favorite book, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the world. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's all these things, but I'm enjoying myself more than I thought I would. I really am. I'm enjoying it because I think because the storyline is becoming more adult, like in Prisoner of Azkaban. The kids are growing up, so you get to see some jealousy, like Ron, even though he's saying that the reason he's upset that Hermione went to the ball with Krum is because he's the enemy and he needs to, because Crum's the Durmstrang champion, when in reality, it's just because I think, he's got a crush on her and he's mad that she went to the ball with someone else. They're also, dealing with more stressors, dealing with asking girls and boys to dances, dealing with more hormonal changes, like Harry being jealous of Cedric because of Cho, because he really likes Cho, and watching Ginny get a little jealous. Ginny has only appeared in this book a couple of times, but when Harry is talking to Ron after he asked Fleur Delacour to the ball, you can tell that she's upset that Harry hasn't asked her, because I don't think Harry has really connected the dots. Like, she still likes him. She has a crush on him, but Harry's just a little naive sometimes. So I am still, like I said, I am enjoying it. I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other night because I was talking about Snape and his redeeming qualities that come into play later. And she made a good point. And she said it's because in the movies, they don't show Snape really how bad he is to the kids, how bad he is to the kids. He is verbally abusive to these kids. And there's just some part of that where he will never be redeemed. I still like Snape at the end of all of it, but at the same time, that kind of brought into perspective about why maybe I don't like him as much in the books as I do in the movies. And it's because in the books, he has a lot less redeeming qualities. Like, he legit, in this book, Harry and Draco were spellcasting against each other, and Draco's spell hit Hermione, and Harry's spell hit Crabber Goyle. I don't remember which one. But Draco's spell enlarged Hermione's teeth when Hermione's teeth are already large, which they explain in the story, that she's just got bigger front teeth. She's a little bit of an awkward looking girl. And when Snape comes out to see what's going on, he very much takes Draco's side. He always takes the Slytherin side. But when he's confronted about what happened to Hermione, he literally looks at her and goes, I don't see any difference, even though her teeth are huge. Like, he's really great at tearing these kids down. He's very verbally abusive. And I'm not sure if a character can really be redeemed from that. In the end, Snape does what he needs to do, but the way he is just so mean and so evil, specifically to the Gryffindor kids in these books, is just something else entirely. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. I want to have a little dragon that I can put in my hands, and it moves and it curls up and goes to sleep like my dogs do. There's one. There's the other. Can't really see her in the black. Oh, say hi. Want to say hi? No? But it is late and I'm going to go to bed. So I will attempt to get through more of this lovely book tomorrow, maybe even finish it. But tomorrow night I'm going to see 6 at the Fox with my aunt. So I'm very, very excited about that. So we will see what happens. I'm hoping to get this done, and then we'll see what I do for February. So hope you guys are having a good night, and I will catch up with you guys later. Bye.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get...
Hey guys, happy Wednesday. How are you? You are here with me in my kitchen because I am going to make some what is supposed to be considered healthy cupcakes, chocolate cupcakes. We'll see how that goes. I seem to always be on this lovely health journey, trying to get my weight under control, or even just manageable, or at least to a point that I'm comfortable with it, because that always seems to be the problem. Everybody else is like, you look fine, and I'm like, well, I could look better. I am trying to do healthier options, and it seems like sweet snacks are always my issue. So I'm going to make a healthy cupcake, and it's made with 0 sugar chocolate devil's food cake, a 4th cup of fat-free Greek yogurt, whatever you kind of have. It says to use 100 calories, but I bought this from Sam's in one of those big packs, so I don't actually know what the calorie count is on this. I assume 100, but I don't know. But it's got 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 fat. So I think it makes everything work, but it's the Oikos 000 vanilla yogurt, and then a cup of water. And then I am going to throw in some no sugar added baking chips. But I figured while I was putting all of this together, and putting it in my mini muffin tin, that I would take the opportunity to chat with you a little bit about where I am with Goblet of Fire. So we are getting ready to start the second task, where Harry has to go into the lake and get, I do believe if the book is accurate, like it should be based off the movie, then I think he goes in and he has to get Ron out of the grip of the mermaids, and he has to deal with the Grindylows and all that kind of stuff. So we're about to go into the second task. He has just put the egg in the water in the bathtub in the prefix bathroom while dealing with Moaning Myrtle. Now, that's another way, in my opinion, that you know that She Who Shall Not Be Named is aiming for a more adult storyline, because, you know, Harry's naked in this bathtub, and even though Moaning Myrtle is a ghost, she was once a girl, and they have an interesting little chat. Oven's ready. It was just interesting to me to see it grow in that kind of way as well, that, you know, She Who Must Not Be Named is trying to make it a little more appropriate for, I guess, what would be considered the age group that's reading this book. But it's also very awkward. I mean, let's be honest. I have been reading these books back to back to back, and he's 11 in the first one, he's 12 in the second one, he's 13 in the third one, and now he's 14. And so it's almost like I'm watching my little brother. A cup of water. So that was interesting to me, because I've never thought of Harry Potter as being any kind of sexualized or anything, because I mean, I know they get crushes and everything, but that was just a wee bit awkward in the bathroom. And I did just read that part, and the part where Moody and Snape and Filch end up in the hallway while Harry is in his cloak trying to get back from the bathroom, back to the common room, back to the Gryffindor Tower. And Moody can see through the... Whisk is not going to work for this. Even though the instruction said whisk the ingredients together. It's too clumpy in there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Mad Eye can see Harry through the cloak, and so he can't really sneak around him too much. He sees that Barty Crouch is on the Marauders map, even though Barty Crouch hasn't even been coming to the school for the tournament lately, or for the tournament information lately. And so there's definitely some confusion for Harry there. And not to mention, he was in Snape's office, and Snape comes out and he says, you know, someone's stolen my things. And so Harry's now under the impression that Barty Crouch, who is a person that works for the Ministry, is now stealing from Snape. But I think we all know by this point that the Marauders map shows you who people really are. And if you've ever read the book or seen the movie, you know which Barty Crouch is in Snape's office and who Barty Crouch, what skin Barty Crouch is wearing. Chocolate chips. Ooh, that's not bad. I'm liking this story because I forgot the cup of water. No, I didn't. I used that. I definitely like this story because of the kind of darker storyline. I like this story because, again, just like in Prisoner of Azkaban, they're growing up, so you're seeing them more in a young adult or adolescent kind of setting. So that's kind of nice. And you're getting to see them have crushes, and you're getting to see them, you know, struggle with friendships and being on the same page about everything, because for the last 3 years, Ron, Hermione, and Harry have generally been on the same page when it comes to things. And now Hermione is working on this spew, or whatever you want to call it. That's gonna be too much. Where she's trying to get house elves money and get them paid, and whereas, you know, in any normal circumstances, I would agree that it's slave labor. In the situation of the house elves, it's not really, they don't see themselves as slaves, and they're happy in what they're doing. And so she's trying to get Ron and Harry to back her up in regards to trying to get the house elves wages and health insurance. And normally I feel like Harry and Ron would be like, yeah, okay, but they're house elves, and Ron and Harry know that they're not their happiest when they're serving somebody else. They keep giving her trouble for spew, S-P-E-W, and are clearly not in agreement with her, but they're also not real quick to shut her down. It's interesting to see that whole dynamic as well. So then also I had some thoughts about Moody, because, okay, I'm gonna remind you, there's spoilers. Spoilers! So we all know, if you've read the book, watched the movie, that Mad Eye Moody is actually Barty Crouch Jr., and he's using Polyjuice Potion, which is what he keeps drinking out of the flask. And we know that Moody, well, Barty Crouch Jr., put Harry's name in the Goblet of Fire because they wanted Harry to win so that he would touch the Champions Cup at the end and be transported to the Riddle Cemetery. And then that's where, you know, our big bad comes back. I like Barty Crouch as Moody. And I have to say that because it's not really Moody. So I like Barty Crouch as Moody because I know that he's just faking it, and I know that he's not really interested in Harry's safety and all of this kind of stuff. But he's fun and he's funny. When he turns Draco into a ferret, like, that's hysterical. And now it's like, now Harry, Ron, and Hermione really have ammo against Draco, which is a nice change of pace. Time to put these in the oven. I do like Moody. And if I didn't know who Moody actually was, I think I'd like him even more. But he's definitely sus, as my 13-year-old would say. He is suspicious. He's still cool, even though we all know he's actually Barty Crouch Jr., who only wants Harry to survive the tournament to raise the Dark Lord. Like I said, I am enjoying this book. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would because, I don't know, I just am. And maybe it's because when I was a kid, it freaked me out more when I read it. And now it's not really freaking me out as much. So it makes for a better story, in my opinion. And also, by the time I got to this one, I was burnt out, and so I was bored through most of it. And so I'm not bored. I'm not bored at all. I do know that I'm going to give myself a break, like I've mentioned, because I don't want to get bored and I don't want to get into a reading slump. So I know that I need to switch up my books for February. And so I will be doing that for sure. But I am still enjoying this. And again, the movies just don't do these books justice. And I really wish they were better because there's so much that you're missing out on. Like an entire thing with Rita Skeeter. It's like, how is she finding, if you've read the books, you know that Rita is actually, what kind of bug is she? She's a grasshopper? She's some kind of bug. A fly? Mosquito? I don't remember. Anyway, but that's how she's getting all this kind of information that no one has told her about. Like when you find out that Hagrid is a half giant, which generally it's just safe to assume, right? Except apparently not, because Harry assumed he was a half giant, but Ron had this whole conniption fit when he found out that Hagrid was a half giant. She writes this really scathing article about Hagrid, and it's just sad. And Hagrid goes into hiding for a little while, but he has got a lot of support. He's got a lot of people rallying around him. So here's hoping he comes back, but I know he does. As far as I know, as gamekeeper, I believe also as care of magical creatures. It's been a while, like I said. And in the movie, which I've seen several times, you don't really get to see him be the teacher again, other than in the third one, and very briefly. So you've got the ongoing storyline and issues with Rita Skeeter. You've got Hermione with Spew, S-P-E-W. You don't even meet Ludo Bagman, and he's in the book. In the movie, you don't even meet him. So, and you gotta kind of wonder, he's being shady too. I don't know what that's about. I think he has a gambling problem. That's gonna be my guess, because I can't remember, but my guess, and we'll come back to it, is he's got a gambling problem, because he was talking to some goblins, and I also forgot, because it came back to me, when I was thinking about this, because if you win the tournament, you get the cup and you get 1,000 galleons. Totally forgot that when Harry wins the cup, and not such a great way, and he only wins the cup because Cedric dies, he gets 1,000 galleons, and he doesn't need that money, so he gives it to Fred and George. Like, I totally forgot about that. And then when they said that you get 1,000 galleons, I was reminded. I always kind of wondered, because again, they don't mention that in the movies, that's how they start up their Weasley Wizard Wheezes, their joke shop, is because of Harry's money. Like, Harry gives them money to start their joke shop, which I think is what they're trying to get out of Ludo Bagman, is to get him to invest in their joke shop, even though Molly is having a fit about the joke shop. I forgot about that. And so when you see Weasley Wizard Wheezes, say that 10 times fast, in the 6th movie, they've got this huge, shop going. They've got everything you could ask for. And it's like, how did that happen? And then I remembered, it's Harry. Harry did it. So it's like all these really important things that I feel like they're leaving out. And I understand you can't put everything in the movies. I've said that before. But they're still important. And I get it. The Triwizard Tournament is the end all be all. But there's still other important things you should put in the movie. Those are my current thoughts. I am a little over halfway through, and we're gonna be doing some sprints here later while I'm trying to work from home. I'll have to make some calls. I have some calls scheduled during those, which I'll do. And then I'm gonna try to read some more. We'll see how it goes. And then tonight, I get to go to the Fox Theatre and see Six, the musical. If you've never seen Six, I've never seen Six. Supposedly, it's about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, updated. So I'm excited. I may start listening to the music and see how it is. So that is all I have for you right now. I'm gonna keep working on these mini cupcakes and my book, and I will show you when they're done what they look like. Yay! Bye.
Leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know what